Now, let's wrap up scheduling. So, what I want you guys to start doing every year, you should be doing this. You need to go ahead and do this. The following below is to lay out the year. You need to schedule out your year. You also need to plan the month, schedule the week as well, and prioritize your day. So, you should be trying to do this every single year at the top of the year. If you receive this training course in the middle of the year, it's totally fine. Start to plan out the rest of the year then. And also start planning out the month. So each month you just want to make sure, because again, we know things come up. We know life happens. Life be life, and we know that. So we know that you probably might have to make some tweaks on certain things, like maybe an event. You might have to rearrange it because maybe one of your sponsors aren't available, or maybe you reached out to the community and they said, hey, you cannot use, maybe you can't do like a block party. Maybe you can't use this particular location on the date that you had in mind that you wanted for your event. We get it. That it may not be available then, or maybe something happened to the venue. You never know. Maybe the business owners change. Long story short is what I'm saying is that you could still be planning out the year, and then you can make some alterations as you go, and you can add things in, and you could also take things out. But the idea is that you at least plan out some of these major activities that you know that you have to do. Okay. And this is essentially what you want to be planning out and ensuring that you are scheduling it out each week. Each day, actually, you need to be prospecting 3 hours a day. You just learned that earlier. You probably heard it before, but now hopefully you truly understand why you need to be prospecting daily. And that's mainly because you do not want to have those peaks and valleys in your business. You do not want to have a roller coaster business. So in order for you to create predictability and combat that roller coaster business, is to prospect daily. So 3 hours daily. Put that in your calendar now if you haven't already. You also need to be adding in some time for your handwritten notes to everybody that you actually contacted with, especially if those individuals, once you qualify them, they want to proceed with you as their future agent, or at least refer you business, right? You also need to, on the first of the month of every single month, send out a mailer. That's on the first of the month. On the 15th of the month, you need to send out an e-report. E-report is essentially a newsletter, guys. Send that out every month on the 15th. One time a month, you need to be sending out some type of video of value as well. Okay? It's up to you on when you send it out, but at least try to make sure at least once a month you're sending some type of video. You also need to be scheduling lunch with different clients or people in your database, SOI, once a week. This should be new people, not the same people. Please do not go to breakfast with somebody one week and then the next week go to breakfast with them again. Again, that's not going to help you grow your business at the level you would like. Definitely try to ensure that it's different people. So once a week, you should schedule a breakfast. Once a week, you should schedule a lunch. Remember though, if for whatever reason, maybe you need to be prospecting in the morning, it's okay. Instead of doing breakfast, schedule an early dinner. So you can always change it up. You're saying, hey, Monique, nope, you taught us in the last section, well, in the prospecting section, that I need to be lead generating in the morning. So I'm not going to do the breakfast, but I'll do an early dinner. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay too. Also, keep in mind, there is a Saturday. I'm not going to say you have to do this because I want you to have your rest days. So Sunday could be a good time as well. Maybe you say, hey, I'll do a brunch on Saturday or Sunday. It really depends on your schedule. And I don't want you to overconsume your life with things real estate 24/7. I know you have a personal life as well. So again, you don't have to do that. But I'm just letting you know, maybe your week is super busy, or for whatever reason, you're like, I just don't want to schedule an early lunch or breakfast because I'm prospecting, and I don't want to, an early dinner for whatever reason. Then schedule something on a Saturday, like a brunch. Okay. Also, let's add in some pop buys. You should also be scheduling in pop buys. Keep in mind, you can do this after you have appointments. So you don't have to necessarily go out of your way to do a pop buy every week. But if you know you're going to be in a particular area, you might as well have a bunch of cute little gifts. The gifts can be inexpensive, guys. not sure if I talked about this in the last section, but I need to throw that in there if I haven't. Sorry if I didn't. But pop buys could be simple, sweet, and short. And I'm going to throw this in here. It might sound a little weird, but I am going to edit and crop this in because I want to make sure you guys understand what a pop buy. You can do something as simple as, let's say, for Valentine's Day, I can't remember what you call them, little sweet tarts, I think they're called. They're like $1 from the dollar store, $1.50, $1.25, maybe $2. And pop buys are great because they're huge. They're great when it comes to the ROI, return on your investment. It's usually massive, like a referral. So you're paying $1, for 7 people, or $2 for 7 people, 2 times 7. That's nothing compared to if you get one referral from somebody. So just keep it in mind that it doesn't have to be anything super expensive or anything like major. I know some agents that's actually spent $50 or $100 and they've received, 10,000, 15,000 commission check, a referral basically from it. So some people may choose to spend a little bit more money, but if you don't, that's okay too, because you still will see a nice return on your investment. A $2 gift can go a very long way because people are really thinking about the Popeye. That's really what they're thinking about more than anything, is that was nice that you stopped by. They're not necessarily always thinking about the gift, like, oh man, this is not what I wanted, because again, they wasn't expecting you. So keep that in mind. The Popeye can be very inexpensive. Holidays are great because they really help you kind of get an idea of what you can what you can bring by. So Valentine's Day is great, like a card or candy, chocolate, something like that, very inexpensive. You have different holidays like Christmas. I know that could be a little bit more costly, but again, you can keep it inexpensive. St. Patty's Day, we got Cinco de Mayo. There's so many holidays that you can be really celebrating. And you can pop by and give gifts to people. So think about the different months and the different holidays that's happening each month. And you can kind of plan your presents or, your little gifts around whatever the theme is that time of the year. And again, try to plan it around the appointments that you already have, if possible. If not, maybe block out a date where people in certain locations, they can receive that gift. So you're not all over the place trying to do a pop-by. So be smart about it, please. Monthly, you should also try to conduct some type of workshop if possible. So you can do a buyer's workshop, or you can do like a seller's workshop. So just keep it in mind. Workshops are great. You can also do something like an investment workshop. It could be maybe something different that still involves investing, maybe something for, I don't know, insurance or like stocks or something like that. You don't need to speak on that, but you can invite people out to that event. So you can invite people out to that type of workshop, but you will be essentially the central person, that person of influence that brought them out, right? Like, oh, thanks so much for inviting me to this event, Monique. This is awesome. Like, I always wanted to learn about this. But again, you don't need to host. You don't need to be the one talking. You can host it actually, and you can have somebody else speak on the topic. Because if you're not the professional on it, don't speak on it. But just give you an example. Quarterly events that could be similar to what I just talked about. In terms of having events that's around investing, but not necessarily maybe real estate, right? Related. But also the events can be fun. It could be a fun event. It could be like a business event. There's so many different events that's out there that you could be hosting and throwing quarterly. And feel free to partner up with different sponsors and other professionals in different industries when you have these events. It can be fun. Like I think I mentioned a block party. It's so many different things that you can really do. Events can also be something in the community. I don't know if I talked on when it comes to like sellers, like I know some real estate teams, they'll do like a movie night. Another real estate team, they did a food truck experience. So that was pretty cool. So get creative. Again, I know that does involve money. So people that are a little bit more budget or money conscious as of right now, get some sponsors that kind of help you throw these events together if possible, or if not, save your money and plan to do it in the future. But there are other inexpensive events that you can do, like a sip and paint, or, a paint party, painting. There's so many different ideas that's out there. Client appreciation party, that's planned yearly. So you can do it at the beginning of the year. You can do it at the end of the year, especially if it was a successful year. If it's at the end of the year, be mindful of the other holidays that's happening, because again, I'm not going to say you can't compete with other holidays. If you grow your team out or you sell that many houses, you probably can. But just be mindful of the holidays if you're doing it around the holiday season. I know some agents that will do it at the end of summer, or they'll do it in the fall when it's busy, but not as busy, especially when it comes to, like, you don't want to interfere with selling houses, right? Okay, scheduling your touches to your database. This is just an example of a schedule. I don't believe I have everything on here, but it's just giving you an idea of how you kind of set up your day-to-day schedule, your daily schedule. I will also put in here like you can download this, of course, but I also want to put in here like I can do some type of yearly type of calendar situation and add this in here for you guys. If I can't, please don't kill the messenger. You guys pretty much from this last section, you have what you need to actually put this on your calendar. It's just really about implementation and actually doing it. Okay. That's really what it's about. Okay. But this is just an example. I'll put it in here and I'll try to put something else in here for like something yearly based as well. Okay. 3 hours of lead generation a day. You win the day. Win 4 days, you win the week. Win 3 weeks, you win the month. Win 8 months, you win the year. So it's really about working smarter and not harder, guys. So put the work in, do the actual work, build up some good habits and be disciplined. And then you can really live life differently. While everyone else is taking off a couple weeks out of the year, you're taking off months, and that's massive. On the path to profitability, we're actually going to show you a schedule how you can make your income off of, I believe, 10 months. So the path of profitability is building out your schedule and helping you essentially with the goals that you're trying to hit, or how many people you need to be contacting and talking to a day in order to hit your income goals. That's the good thing about the path of profitabilities, is that it's breaking it down off of a 10-month schedule. So it's massive. If you do it right, the life that you could really live. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll see y'all in the next section.